time. We're getting into it. It's going to be MVP Black going up against Roll20 esports. Thank you very much for your patience, ladies and gents. We got things sorted out. And in fact, 6-ish minutes before we anticipated they would be sorted out. So we saved you 6 minutes of your life. You're welcome.
Was it 6.5?
No, it was not. But that would have been nice. Let's get into the draft. It is going to be game at number 1, and it will be obviously on Tomb of the Spider Queen, as we've been alluding to before. And Anubarak is going to be the first banner to come out, boys.
All right, that means that Roll20 is comfortable playing Genji themselves, I think. Otherwise, maybe you will look at MVP Black and think like, okay, we don't want them to have Genji because they're like way too good at their mechanics, their micro. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Genji first pick up, but it's not really the best per se on the map.
Yeah, and this Vala ban coming in from MVP Black tells me boatloads. This tells me that they did not really scout Roll20, or they just don't care. They're banning meta over banning over the stylistic.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting to see how this draft goes.
You don't think Roll20 plays a whole lot of Vala?
I have never seen them play a lot of Vala in NA, not on Tomb, so does not look like an accurate ban to me, but should be interesting.
Well, Dahaka gets picked up as one of their first frontliners, and on this map, yeah, the global isn't as strong, but, you know, the fact that the map is small anyway, Dahaka still has a good time on it.
And there's a lot of bushes, the way the Haka works out right now. Anytime you pass into a bush, you get up to 3 or 5 seconds of bonus movement speed, some of which, that speed outstrips mount speed. So Dahaka, anytime around the pay station, he can quickly move in and out and just make himself scarce or be a threat anytime he wants to.
I just really wonder, like, the high priority on it, right? Because you give up Greymane, and now they're going Greymane Genji, but the general fallback of Leoric on this map has been a thing for Roll20. I'm surprised the high priority on Tomb for Dahaka.
Same.
There's the race car aspect of it now. There's a lot of bushes. Before this patch, it didn't really matter whether or not you could burrow to a bush, because even if you did, you know, it took a while. It takes like 2 seconds and you're slow. But now anytime you burrow to a bush, you're just an insane race car, and you can rotate between top and mid really, really easily just by going on top of the bushes, basically perma-mounted. So
it feels like Greymane and Genji, though, if teams get the chance, they're becoming best friends. Like, they are very, very strong together. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, and we see very little mage emphasis the entire tournament. Where are the Guldans?
Oh, right now, not existing.
Gul'dan, Chromie, Jaina, Kel'Thas, we haven't seen it.
Li Ming's made her way in, and likewise she will now, but
that's
the thing
full
is,
Yoda.
Yeah.
Like, so Prismat will likely be on the Dahaka, right? Glaurung can play that. We'll have to see in the next few picks. It's either Prismat or Glaurung, but Prismat is their Chromie player. And going Chromie Li Ming seems extremely unlikely. Yoda always plays Li Ming. So falling back into that option, Chromie has kind of been their fallback. They've had like these very distinct styles, whether it's a Chromie, whether it's a Leoric combo with that, or the Medivh Diablo, and it seems like right now they're limiting what we know them to play.
Yeah, we see a Stitches ban. That's a little bit unexpected. I thought they were targeting the ranged DPS pool there, picking up Greymane, Genji, 2 of the best assassins in the game for the backline right now, and the Stitches ban, a little unexpected.
Roll20 doesn't want to go up against Uther, Divine Shield, Dragonblade, Genji.
Yeah, a very common tactic to, you know, not only the Genji Uther combination, but also when you're picking up Malfurion in your 2-3 and the opponent did not pick up an Uther in the 1-2. It's a very common ban there.
I mean, we saw Stitches before, and we saw your Stitches ban out. It feels like based on what we listened to from a lot of teams yesterday, like a lot of Asia feels that Stitches is far, apart from Dignitas, that's an outlier. Like a lot of Asia thinks that Stitches is very, very strong right now. Don't you think?
Yeah, they like the slam build. China loves it, Korea loves it, and everyone that copies Korea loves it. But besides Dignitas in the West, there's very few that emphasize it as heavily.
Yeah, and I'm pretty convinced that MVP Black here is banning exactly what they think is meta. We see the Vala popping up a lot in the Asian regions. And there it is, the Medivh Diablo.
Okay, so this answers the question whether Roll20 is bringing out their favorite weapons against a team like MVP Black. They are. Talk about it, Diablo Medivh.
Diablo Medivh, I mean, it gives you good follow-up CC, right? So if you can land the ley line, you've got good follow-up CC between the APOC, between the tongue, the roots, things like that. So you can follow up the CC, and then you go through the Calamity build. With Ming, you can blow up a target. But you know, the Uther ban was good. I'm a little bit surprised though that we didn't see Tyrael on the side of MVP Black. They love Tyrael. We see he combos really well with both those heroes. But they've prioritized Tyrael far above. Maybe they're just hiding something. It's just kind of the fallback.
Yeah.
Their two heroes that they play on the front line are going to be...
We can't hear your microphone, just so you know.
Oh, okay. So,
all right, that's
I'm being
fine.
told.
So
There you go.
I probably like squashed this thing, but either way, I think the thing that we're gonna see if we missed anything of what I said, the follow-up CC behind the ley line seal into the APOC, into the roots, the follow-up for Li Ming. I'll pass this on.
Yeah.
It's a
I
bit
mean,
frustrating. Yeah. You'll get it next.
That's fine, that's fine. So where were we at? We were at the thing that Lucio's come out as well for MVP Black. They're one of the teams that overall, as much as it has been a little bit nerfed, they're still willing to give it a go. I think that they're very... MVP Black is one of those teams that is very heavy on, like, we want to be in the exact right position that we want to be in. I think Lucio probably gives them that, right?
Yeah, I think MVP Black is focusing on winning in the early game here. I do not see them winning that well in the late game. They picked the Lucio no cleanse into a composition that has Leyline, APOC, Twilight Dream, a full wombo, and you have no cleanse to get anyone out of that. Not to mention just anyone getting charged into a wall. You still have no cleanse to get them out of that situation. So I feel like teammate or Roll20 here has to be pretty happy with what they got. They got their kind of individual picks in the 4-5 like they wanted, and MVP's comp seems to not be able to deal with them if they can make it far enough into the game.
Well, I'm being told that the game is almost ready, so I'm going to start over the way over there. Grubby?
I think MVP Black's draft is fundamentally dysfunctional, but they as a team are not. They're still the favorites. I'm going to vote for them, but I just want to say I do think Roll20's draft is great. MVP Black, though.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I 100% agree with Grubby, and MVP Black is going to be my choice as well for largely the same reasons.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with everyone here. MVP Black, just the far more threatening team. They have been known to kind of test the waters in the first game where they draft sub-optimally just to see how you do.
Yep.
But even then, I think I am going with MVP Black.
Well, let's check in with the chat votes to see how they've kind of rated this as well. Obviously, the big favorite being MVP Black, and it seems we have a 60-40 split. So not too bad here for Roll20.
Surprising to me.
Surprising to you?
Well, no one set any rules. You can vote with your heart and with your head.
There you go. There you go. Thank you very much, gents. For now, we are going to head over to the commentary team as we see if MVP Black can start their road to the finals or if Roll20 can cause the upset.
Our first game with North American participation, and we have our North American representative here with the North American Kerber, Trixler.
I'm an EU man. I've been adopted there for life, but yes, I am excited here for Roll20. See if they can pull off an upset against MVP Black. Here they are on the left side. Sake will be on Greymane, Reset will be on Genji, Tist will be on Murden, Kyocha on Ragnaros, and Merryday on Lucio.
And to the right side of our first map, we have Roll20 with bots on Malfurion. Glorong, of course, on the Medivh. Yoda is playing Li Ming. Prismaticism on Dehaka. And Justin on Diablo.
I'm so interested to see how Roll20 here, who has a comfortable composition for them, how they're going to pull it off against MVP Black. Black mentioned in our interviews yesterday with them that they actually only trained for Fnatic. They're the only team that they prepared for it because they felt that all they had to do was play their game and just adapt to the meta over the next couple of days.
You could see it in the draft. Fan has been talking about it, how he really feels that MVP Black is banning and picking what they perceive as meta without really going too much into scouting out what Roll20 loves to do. And Roll20 has a draft that they really like to play with that Medivh and that Diablo, and they have to show now that that can compete with what the Koreans have.
A big root going off, and suddenly we have a Ragnaros down. Roll20 taking first blood.
An A with the first blood here against the Korean team. And the one point that was already made during as our panel discussed is the lack of cleanse with this is really fascinating if you consider how many lockdowns exist on the side of Roll20.
It is pretty scary. You have the Malfurion route, Dehaka Drag, you have Diablo APOC as well. I will say the one thing that is going well here for MVP Black with that Lucio is that Merryday is a god when it comes to interrupting Twilight Dreams with the boots that came in. He interrupted 7 boots the last time we saw them in Eastern Clash, so expect to see that to happen when we move into level 10.
At this point, Roll20 really has good rotations going for themselves. We have Genji all the way up at the top, but now a bit of a gank attempt for a second as the Stormbolt hits Prismaticism. He tries to go for the drag, but Merryday scooting up behind him with a quick whoop, not able to really pressure him too much yet, though.
Glaurung keeping up with the harass, but in the middle lane, Diablo and crew continue to clear out lanes and will be heading to the top. And level 3 will be hit here first by Roll20.
We have Roll20 just rotating between the mid and the top right now. Both of the teams are occasionally sending someone to the bot lane to set up a potential gank. But when it comes to the wave player, Roll20 is really trying to bully these lanes out. MVP Black might have lost a hero early on in the game, but they have so much kill potential later on with Genji, with Greymane, the Stormbolt setups from Muradin, and they are moving in once again with Justin going another stun in. Glaurung also temporarily stunned out, but able to move up.
Justin just on a rampage here. Diablo, probably one of his best warriors when playing. He is so effective at conditioning their opponents to get out of position, and he goes in for the kill with the assist from his teammates. But I do agree with you. Black here, if they start getting a couple kills going, they can really take the fights and take the lead and control tempo. It's all a matter of getting 1 or 2 kills though.
I feel like this tournament and also the games that we're seeing here are just incredibly important, not only for Roll20, but also for North America. You represent your region in a tournament like this, and the last big tournament, the last interregional tournament we had was, of course, the Western Clash. And NA really struggled back then. This is a really good opportunity for them to redeem themselves. And against the Korean team of the caliber of MVP Black, even if you at the end might not be able to win the game, if you present yourself here with a great showing, then you just send a signal to the other team saying, like, we are here to win, we're here to perform, and we are not going to be pushovers.
And I really feel like Roll20 is in a state here where they could do well. Yesterday they mentioned we're in the best state we've possibly been. We're in a much better state than we were at the Western Clash. At the Western Clash, they didn't believe in themselves, but with great leadership and great control overall, they did well. Here now with confidence, and then playing against MVP Black, if they can get a victory, as you were mentioning, it could be monumental. But again, it is Eastern Clash champions they're against.
Yeah, but still, what you're saying here is so right. They are super confident. They are really saying, back at the Western Clash, we were not really good.
We were so fresh.
Yeah, exactly. We had a good showing, but we didn't really feel confident. We didn't really feel strong. Right now, this is different for us. We are here to win. We are here to show how strong we've become.
Gyoja.
And they are trying to do that at the bot lane, where Ragnaros is again in trouble, and that is the second kill for North America.
Incredible ganks there by Roll20, being enabled by Glaurung and his Medivh. Diablo following up, slamming Ragnaros against the wall. Now, a turn-in is occurring here. There is 56 gems available for Roll20, but they have yet to drop any off.
Yeah, MVP Black, on the other hand, they turned in 38 already, but once more, that jump up to the top. Reset, dashes out, but Roll20 still looking for a potential kill, as we see Prismaticism always attempting to go for another drag.
MVP Black, though, holding on here, moving towards that level 10, which is ever important for them, getting Avatar available, Greymane, getting a Heroic, Genji as well, setting up those resets, and most of all, having the ability for a Stormbolt into a Sulfuras smash could be pivotal here for MVP Black to start earning their own kills.
And currently, Roll20 at the bot lane. Prismaticism, of course, on level 1 with Dehaka, going for the enhanced agility. We have him with the One Who Collects and the Feeding Frenzy. Pretty standard build on the side of Dehaka here, but we have Glaurung under a bit of trouble, but he's still able to shield himself, move out. But it's still MVP Black that gets the first turn in. The blue Web Weavers are going to be descending any second now, as both of the teams are on level 7. Roll20 with a slight leading experience, but MVP Black should be able now to negate this.
Yes, very important turn in for MVP Black. It enables them to start getting the aggressive pushes forward with Gunning Cocktail being available. All 3 talents picked up 1 through 7. Be able to get those splashes going in and, of course, start working on these forts. Now, Roll20, they got some pretty decent wave play here. You have the Dehaka on the bottom that should be able to clear out and rotate into the team when need be, as well as Medivh. If he can hit a hero as well as clearing out a minion wave, they can deal with that top lane.
Also, another thing to really point out here is that Justin on level 1 with his Diablo went into Devil's Due. And this is one of the really cool things if you play Diablo onto the Spider Queen, that you have so many opportunities to grab these globes that you just can go really deep. Talking about going deep, that was a very nice attempt at taking Muradin down, but the jump was available and the range sufficient to get him out of that.
I mean, back to your point on Devil's Due, man, that talent is ridiculous. If you're able to tap before going into a fight, Diablo is not dying.
You have 2 health bars. You can just go as deep as you want. It doesn't matter. It is insane how much sustain you have if you pre-tap before heading into a fight. If you get a globe in the middle of the battle, And this is, of course, super possible on Tomb of the Spider Queen. It's a great map for this level 1 talent.
Turning points coming soon here, though, Caldor, as we are hitting level 9 for both of our teams. 1 level away before we hit those hero powers that will be available for our teams. Now, Roll20 is frantically looking for some turn-ins, but mostly this is a bait here. You see Justin in the middle with Prismac in the bottom right. It's looking like if someone comes a little bit too forward, Justin can go in, force an engage, and with Glaurung being near his teammates, they can force a portal in.
Talking about Glaurung just for a second in the portals, we also have him on 7 with the Master's Touch. And he is working hard on completing that talent. We currently have him on 14 stacks already as is. And the game is still pretty even. We're heading into level 10, and it's all about Roll20 and the attempt to get the turn in at this point.
Yeah, they're trying to get it in. They have a ton of gems available. I believe 82 currently sitting on them. So would love to drop those off, especially around level 9.5, 9 3/4. Oh, that's such a pivotal moment to get that turn in, hit level 10, and force a fight.
Now, of course, it's still pretty early in the game. We haven't reached the heroic abilities yet, but you personally, going into the series, would you have expected at this point not the North American team to have the 2 kills, the 2 only kills in the game, and being completely on par with the team, with the Korean team like MVP Black?
Believe it or not, with Roll20, yes, I would have believed that. I feel like once level 10 hits, MVP Black, with this comp in particular, will start to show off their powers in team fights. This is one of the things that propelled them to #1 at the Eastern Clash. When they start to get team fights, they thrive in chaos. They know how to execute and get kills and start to roll forward with those fights. Now, Roll20 on this side, they've always been a team that has that leadership, those calls to go in for the engages. And Justin, who I would argue is one of the best tanks currently in North America, can be very effective at getting those engages. So 2 kills over the Koreans does seem possible if you would have told me that earlier, but the win is what counts. Can they get the victory?
This is one of the things that's very dominant when we talk about the Korean teams in particular, that towards the later stage of the game, it's really where they're picking up the pace normally. The one thing that really stands out when I look at the composition is also the synergy that we have with talents. A good Stormbolt setup by Murden, a Cursed Bullet from Sake, and then Kyoja with his Ragnaros dropping in the smash. They can really blow a target to pieces. The problem with it, of course, is there's a Medivh on the other side.
Yes.
So I feel a lot hinges on Glaurung in this game.
It really does, but that's a position that Glaurung is comfortable being in. We've seen it time and time again, and as his teammates have really grown and became their own here. I mean, Justin has been great on the Warrior Row. Prismat has been fantastic on whatever heroes he has. I feel like he has a small hero pool, but when he gets on the heroes that he wants, he is absolutely dominant. This team is just ready for that to come their way, and Glaurung, as long as he hits those Force of Wills and gets the teammates into the engages, they're good to go.
It's actually an interesting point that you raised. We talked a bit about drafting. We talked about how MVP Black is currently targeting meta bans over researching the opponent and banning specifically against them.
And Roll20 is smiling.
Exactly, since they are a team where everyone you talk to says, well, they are strong if they get what they want, but we all feel, okay, you can ban around that.
Yeah.
And MVP isn't doing that.
They're not. And we'll see if that changes going into game number 2. But as mentioned, they've only studied for Fnatic. They feel like Fnatic was the only team in this group that might give them a tough time. MVP Black has been feeling very confident the last couple of days in their interviews.
Yeah, MVP Black really wants the revenge against Fnatic. Of course, in all our head, in the back of the head, there's still that big battle that we had at BlizzCon, and MVP Black, they were not happy. So right now, this is a chance for them to get their revenge. So that's on their mind. But overlooking a team like Roll20 could be a very big mistake. As we said, if Glaurung can play good Medivh, you're going to gate a lot of the combos that the opponent has available here.
Especially if Roll20 can back up what they were saying to us in interviews yesterday, which was, we feel we're confident. The Koreans right now, they're actually kind of predictable. If Glaurung can predict those engagements that are coming the way that you were mentioning earlier, they can be effective in the fights. Prismat, what are you doing, man? Sitting there giving us a, what's going on here? Getting set up for the next fight.
He should know.
He should know. He knows what's going on. So back to the game here. We are getting very close to level 10, and there is a fight that is about to break out. Now, with Glaurung and crew currently slightly ahead in experience, if they can get a kill, get level 10, they can snap, turn around, deny gems that are available here for MVP Black, and start to take control.
The turn-in alone, they have 2 heroes that have a high amount of gems at this point. We're having Prismaticism on 36 alone as we're heading back into the game. So if they are able to just sneak those 2 in for turns, that would be great. Talking about kills, they go for Ragnaros again. Kyoja in trouble, barely able to move out here as Meriday and Reset are attempting to help out, but they are isolating Justin. Diablo, is he gonna fall here? Glaurung with a save.
Glaurung with a nice save. Reset low on health, portal out, Glaurung fishing for it. He gets a kill, he comes out, and Roll20 gets a takedown, and Glaurung screams in happiness.
Yeah, Glaurung, of course, the shot caller for the team here, and the high energy is what drives them forward. The 10 hits earlier for MVP Black, but it doesn't matter. It's a 5 versus 4. They're moving in once again. We have the heroics. Can they get the turn in now?
They're trying to. Glaurung has peeled off of the top lane to tap there and also to clear out the minion experience to keep his team moving forward. But Tist single-handedly has stopped a major trend from occurring. 37 gems do drop in, but the Web Weavers are not coming for Roll20 quite yet.
Not yet, but they are trying to get the final turn in. Day with an interrupted temp. Yoda is dropping in another 10-3 missing for the first Web Weaver wave for Roll20.
Tist actually missing on a Stormbolt. Normally you don't see that from him there, and that will allow Roll20 to not be taken out in a fight, and Roll20 continues to handle here. We're watching Glaurung right now. He's floating around. He's looking for an opportunity.
Stormbolt is set up for the Curse Bullet. That's what they need here. They're moving it in. Lane line already dropped. There's the APOC getting the stun in, and they're trying to get the kill. Disintegrate against Lucio.
Two
He's
kills?
down, and so is Screaming.
Roll20 looking for more here as they get a couple of takedowns, not going to quite get Tist, but now they have the opportunity they've been fighting for the last couple of minutes to get a turn-in. Web Weavers now pushing top, middle, and bottom. Here's the problem, though. Kyocha with Ragnaros.
Yes, definitely Molten Core is a bit of an issue here, but I'm looking at the kill count. 0 kills for MVP Black and
I don't
5
believe you.
On this. What do you mean you don't believe me? These are not alternative facts, Tim.
5-0 right now. Roll20 rolling in the dough right now as they're going to start moving in and start pushing. Can they get the control here? Can they keep their opponents at bay while they take down forts and turrets?
I am actually getting pretty hyped for this. Once again, MVP, they're jumping to the backline right now, ignoring the Web Weavers, trying to move in down to the bottom of the map. Ragnaros is doing his spiel, not over to the top. The Web Weavers are pushing in more and more. Once more an isolation attempt. Nice move against Sid. Muradin is so low, but he's still fighting with the rest of the team. They're trying to go for prismaticism, but they can't drop him.
But Reset on the side here is getting damage in. Finally he pulled on back, and that's going to be another takedown.
What is
low on
happening
Yoda
here?
going for the kill. Can he get it? He gets the takedown. Multiple members falling for MVP Black, while still the Web Weavers are pushing in the top lane.
Roll20 just took a 1-level lead, have the talent advantage, and we're looking currently at 7 kills to 0. MVP Black, they did not prepare for it properly. They did not ban out the heroes that Roll20 is known for. They didn't deny any of the combos to their opponent. The North American team is in this early game completely stomping them into the ground.
I want to shout out the control there. Also, the Dragon Blade of Genji. The spread out was perfect. They protected Buds. They made sure Yoda didn't take too much damage. And the moment that we had a drag available, Prismat grabbed onto the Genji, stopping him from doing too much damage. And that's where Roll20 turned around the fight. And they took a lead, 13-12 right now, and going for more.
They are trying to get another kill here. And MVP Black, they really have to rethink their approach to this now. One second, Ragnaros! The Disintegrate comes in and he is down 8 kills to 0. Roll20 is just rolling over MVP Black here.
They continue to do so with 41 gems to drop off. Justin going in, ley line still here. Here's the APOC, will it connect? Big orb from Yoda, 2 kills taken out. 3 people are down for MVP Black.
Wow. Roll20 got the draft they wanted. We talked about this earlier. No cleanse on Lucio. Big problem against all the CC and stuns we see for Roll20. MVP Black not respecting their opponent. It looks at least up to now as if they are going to pay a high price for this. This is a best of 2. Every single map here matters. This is not one of those best of 3 formats where you can just drop a map and then win the next 2.
That's correct. In a best of 3, it's okay to test out your opponents in game number 1. But here in this format, Roll20 is looking to run here with the game. And they should be able to grab some forts finally for them here, as we're going to have Kyocha setting up in the bottom to use that Molten Core. Here on the right side, Tis moves forward. He's charging for Yoda, but Force of Will comes up from Buds. They turn it around, and Tis falls. What? It keeps happening, Caldor. Every single engage that happens from Black just utterly fails because Roll20 is holding defense so well. Justin moves in. Here comes down the route. Reset turns around with the Dragon Blade. He's looking for damage.
He's trying to go for the kill, but he can't possibly do this. Here's the Molten Core. Reset still dancing around, but they don't have that tank. They cannot hope for a successful engage here. They defend the Web Weavers in the mid lane at least, but we still have another objective moving through the bot lane where Genji is now starting to focus its attention to. but we are talking about a 2-level lead and nearly another talent advantage for the North American team that is just on a complete roll in game number 1.
Almost a 3-level lead here for Roll20 as they're about to hit 16 and grab that talent that you were mentioning a bit. They get the bottom 4 pushed in. The top 4 is very low for the moment, so they have experience available for them, and Roll20 is sharking around. They want to fight. They're feeling very confident right now.
They are a team that really, they thrive on momentum. They thrive on energy, and that is what Glorong provides here. And he so far has negated all of the attempts that MVP Black had to drop a target. He's always there with his midi, protecting his teammates with a quick shield, and they have another web weaver wave descending. This is all about snowballing right now. Roll20 with a level 16, with a 2-level lead, and the web weaver wave is going to try and make another play for the final fort and potentially a wall at the keep.
Important to get value here. Remember, this is the 3rd time that they have turned in. They want to start moving in for those keep walls like you mentioned. Justin moves in. Dahaka is currently in the bottom left lane. Roll20 wants to keep MVP Black's attention in this top lane. That way Dahaka can get value. Ragnaros will run down there to start clearing out, but Justin is looking threatening here as he's looking for Maring Day.
Also, Master's Touch nearly completed for Medivh. 2 more hits, and we have the quest telling completed. We have Roll20 with the web weaver starting to push in. Ragnaros still at the bot. Look for Dahaka. Dahaka is looking for the engage. They're getting the chain stunts in. The web weaver wave hits 2. Here comes the Avatar and the sound barrier on the side of Lucio, though.
The sound barrier helpful. Here's Leyline Seal. Here's the A pocket connects with 1 member on the left side. Still, we have Reset going on the back line. Twilight Dream connects. Justin moves in, and we're gonna have Reset falling. Mary Day low in health too. He gets obliterated.
That's another 30 gems they just lost. They're losing everything here. 13 kills against 0. MVP Black is getting hammered into the ground.
And they're moving effectively. Roll20 goes to the top. They break down the line 20 seconds before Genji and Lucio are up. They want to get keep damage.
They want more than keep damage. They want the entire keep, and they are very likely to get it. Ragnaros is there, though, and he's maybe the final form of defense. If they could interrupt this, if they could have interrupted Ragnaros, I am sure they would have gotten that keep. But Dahaka was not in range for the tongue.
For now, they defend. MVP Black is moving towards level 16 themselves. Now, remember, at 16, Lucio does become much more effective in healing, so that will be helpful here for MVP Black, but will it be enough? With Roll20 currently hitting level 18 and moving towards 20 already, they can look to be more effective here and even keep engaging.
This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy what we're seeing here. Roll20, the draft they won, the draft they're strong with, and they are showing why that is. They are showing why so many teams say you can't give them their combos. MVP Black, underestimating the situation, but getting into that late game now. 16, big power spike for Lucio. Maybe now they can make a bit of a play here. They're still 2 level behind, but the game's not over yet.
It is not over yet. Only 15 gems need to be dropped in. Justin comes in from the side, and Yoda and Justin blow up a Muradin. Tist dead again.
That Muradin, I mean, this is getting crazy. They're having so many kills here at this point. Muradin alone in this game died 3 times already. They're just killing targets left, right, and center. Reset has absolutely nothing that he can do here. They don't have Muradin. He can jump around with his Dragon Blade a bit, but at the end of the day, he's not going to get a kill without his team backing him up.
MVP Black is pulling back. They have to. They have to wait it out, wait for the Muradin to come up, which will be in 10 seconds. Luckily for them, Roll20 doesn't have enough gems to go for a turn-in and get effective. They don't have much to do except Peter-patter on the map for a little bit, but they are getting closer to level 20.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's absolutely no gems on their side, so MVP Black can just say, okay, boys,
Chill.
take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath. We are still on 16 talents. They're heading into 20, but as long as we get our turn in, if we win a team fight with a turn in, we can make a move. But Roll20, they are taking a bit of a risk there. They get scouted out, though, and immediately move back. Don't want to risk the lead that they worked so hard for. 14 kills against 0. MVP Black has not gotten a single kill yet in this game.
Roll20 looking to roll the die here for an engage before 20. Can they get a kill? The Leyline Seal on the back, not to hit Kyocha, and Kyocha burns here.
Kyocha is down, and they are trying to move in against Reset, jumping deep for Sake. And it looks like Greyman might also be in trouble. 20 gems on him as he barely moves out. And Roll20, they are just looking for more prey.
They get one. They grab Genji. The tongue connects, and he's dead. Suddenly, Tislo on health. He pops Avatar, hoping to run away. The heals will be barely enough, but what can he do except run?
Nothing. He can't have... Like, they are getting the kills wherever they want to.
Boss time.
it's not that Roll20 is fighting with the Koreans on eye level. They are obliterating them. It's 16 kills against 0. MVP Black is getting completely outclassed in this first game.
Underestimating the strength of Roll20, but Roll20 still has to end the game, and they are starting to get into steps 2 in the game. They move in for a boss here, start clearing it out. They'll get this easily, and they also have level 20, can go for a turn-in as well, but they are missing a few more gems. Should be able to collect them on the top and the middle.
Fan has talked about it. Banning the Vala as the first ban clearly showed that you did not do your research against your opponent, and that is a big problem for MVP Black here. Overconfident going into this game, allowing the opponent to get a perfect draft for their playstyle and not being able to face the music now. The boss has been taken, it pushes to the top, they can get the Web Weaver wave. Roll20 has the level 20 advantage now as well. They have their Storm Talons, and they are looking to end this game.
Yes, now is the time to perform. They need to get some keeps killed off at the very least. But if they can go for some kill downs, that would be wonderful here. So here we go. Justin starts moving in.
It's starting to move in once again. Dehaka in the mid lane, deep pushing the camp.
Reset, sitting here, poking where he can. Kyocha does have Molten Core.
MVP Black still trying to posture around here, but the Web Weavers are on the way.
I'm watching Yoda here. He's on the left side. He wants to poke anyone he can hit. He connects with Mary Day.
Yocha, he needs to drop the Molten Core at some point. Roll20 is going to look out for it, though.
The portal's out. Roll20, making MVP Black respect them. The keep will be getting low on health, but last second Molten Core will save it.
Molten Core being used, and Roll20 not moving in for the interrupt, and instead they could move into the mid lane, but it looks like they are waiting for Ragnaros to pop out.
Now is not the time to be defensive. They have to make a play. The keep does fall.
Dehaka at the bot lane, still pressuring. One keep down, and Dehaka bursting through that wall.
Prisma keeping the pressure up. Kyocha comes down for defense. 4 people in the middle are floating around. I'm watching Justin here.
Roll20 once again in the mid lane right now. Dehaka can move into the middle. The portal is in. Sid on Muradin up at the front.
I'm watching. The Web Weaver pushes forward, but the defense works here for MVP Black. They are down 18 to 21, but they only lose 1 keep.
3 level advantage for them now. The keep at the top has been taken. And Roll20, you could really tell the entire time they're looking for the engage. They don't see it, and they're willing to just delay. They know how far ahead they are right now.
Oh, Roll20 has me shaking in my boots. Every time a portal goes down and Justin walks towards it, it could be a moment for them to go snap a drill in and break someone down on Black.
It's Poke City at this point. Li Ming just firing away here. Justin every single time moving in with a bit of damage. That mid keep is slowly and steadily just pressured down, and MVP Black, they're sitting there. They can't do anything. They're hoping for Roll20 to make a mistake.
Genji's in the top lane right now. He's soaking level 20, so this needs to be an engage at some point. Justin moves in for it. Tist instantly turns around the Storm Belt, but Buds has the cleanse.
Also, we still have Dehaka toying with the vision here, not showing himself at this point. Meriday moving to the top, half a level until Black hits 20, and Roll20 still poking away at the mid keep.
Keep so low here, less than a quarter health. 19 and a quarter in experience here for MVP Black. They are going to lose this keep at some point here, but the main goal is to delay, and get to level 20 so they can have an even team fight. Here goes Justin.
Dehaka moving in, gets the drag root on the ground. We have Genji jumping into the mid lane, immediately trying to get the Dragon Blade, and a bit of damage, but the ley line seal and the epoch!
It's gonna hit a couple of members here. We're gonna turn around and we're gonna blow up Reset. Roll20 gets a takedown. They move in for more. Sake low on health. He will get away just barely, but Roll20 with 2 takedowns will push with 5.
Mary Day more or less with a suicide, moving way too far into the backline, but Butts is also low. The shield saving Justin for now. We see Murden jumping out as Roll20 in a 5 versus 3, drops the keep in the mid lane and moves down to the bottom.
They're breaking all 3 keeps down here. MVP Black is about to hit level 20. They don't want to force the issue. Here goes Justin moving in. Kyocha on the left side here, turns around with some damage. Sake going in for his own damage as well, but here comes Prismac. He gets the tongue, he gets the root, and that's going to be a Ragnaros low on health.
Ragnaros is low on health, but Justin is about to fall here. They need to try and save him. Great portal. Moves out barely. All the souls saved again. Roll20. They get the kills, they get the keeps, and they are out. Even Molten Core has been used by Black here. That's a 2-minute cooldown that just got burned as well. Unbelievable performance by Roll20. MVP Black finally hits their Storm Talons, but they are so far behind, and it looks like we are maybe even witnessing another kill, but Murden gets out of there. This game is insane.
We're 22 minutes into this game. and MVP Black still has yet one kill. They have not achieved a kill on Roll20. Roll20 going for another fight. A big orb connects. Portal out. Ley line seal. Here comes the APOC. Is it not a hit? Oh, just saying not up quite yet, but they get the root anyways. That's a circle. Sake goes in, and he's going to get taken out. No, he dodges, but finally, he falls.
Triple.
That's
this
3 down.
This is game.
Is Roll20 going to do it? They should be able to do it. They start moving in.
Of course they are. They go into the middle. They have a 5 versus 2. There's only Genji alive. There's only Ragnaros. Trick, this is Roll20 destroying, nearly embarrassing their Korean opponent on the first map.
I'm seeing it with my own eyes, but I still don't believe it. Roll20 is going for the core, dropping it down to 60, 50, 40, and it's moving down. This is going to be game here. Roll20 takes the first game against MVP Black.
GG, 22 kills against 0 as Roll20 takes down MVP Black on map number 1 in a best-of-2 system where every single map counts.
The coordination, the engagements, them getting a comfortable composition equals this actual moment happening here. Cannot believe it here. Roll20 getting a victory, and look at MVP Black. They're almost shocked.
Wouldn't you be?
Maybe a little, I'd be shocked. I can't believe they actually got that victory there. MVP Black falling victim here, and I still can't believe they didn't get a single kill that game.
This is a wake-up call for them. This has to be a wake-up call. This has to be really the moment where they say, guys, we cannot just simply rely on ourselves being stronger, understanding the game. We need to take a closer look at what our opponents do, what they like to do, where they're strong, and then counteract this. I feel they really connected the drafting way too much in this game and gave Roll20 whatever they wanted.
I'm super curious to see if a Medivh ban comes out immediately on the next series. So let's go ahead and send it to our analyst desk and get their thoughts on that exciting match.
Roll20, nothing short of phenomenal in game number 1. What a result from them. They took that D20, they rolled it, and we were like, 20's not enough. We got 22 kills to 0 against MVP Black.
Finally know what their team name means. They roll with the first 20 kills and they'll take it from there.
Yes.
Absolutely insane and legendary what they've just done here. The second place from North America beating MVP Black here, 22-0. It's mind-boggling. It's very impressive.
Nothing short of domination, Jay. How?
It is nothing short of domination. They got exactly what they wanted in draft. That's the most surprising thing to me. We saw the bans from MVP Black. Vala. Vala has not been picked in North America in a while, especially from this team. And Stitches, they either picked up something from scrims, which seems unlikely with Roll20, or they just didn't do their homework, and they got dominated. They got dominated hard in that game.
Yeah. Fan, there's going to have to be a significant change up from MVP Black going into game 2, surely.
Yeah, you saw the bans. They did not respect what Roll20 had to offer. And like I said before, Glau is probably the best individual to go up against them. He will be aggressive. He'll be up in your face. He won't give you an inch of space, whether he's winning or not. Yes. So you saw how well it worked. And, you know, watching that game, that almost brought a tear to my eye. It's been so long since I've genuinely felt proud of North America. 22-0, NA versus KR. Let's go.
That was impressive.
Justine's Diablo play, right? It's becoming a thing of legend.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a myth. It's like, is this really that good? It is. Like, that's the thing, is that we see this. The pick that he got near at the bottom turn-in, you go the charge, the devastating charge into the double flip, blowing people up.
Definitely. Fan, I believe you do have a replay for us from that amazing game 1.
Yeah, so this is one team fight of many, and basically in every single team fight, the compositions, you could see every single team fight, all Glau had to do was get Meride in a ley line seal, and there's absolutely no counterplay to that. You can see in this particular fight, they picked off Kyocha even before then, but every single fight, all you have to do is get the Lucio into the ley line and combo it with APOC. If you time it properly, there is no counterplay. It doesn't matter if you're MVP Black, you cannot counterplay this. You're just gonna die. Lucio does not have the capabilities to deal with it, and every single fight, they managed to do that, so.
But I gotta be honest here. You see the tools that they have, but we thought, how big are the chances that Roll20, in some way, they will get overconfident, underconfident, make mistakes that do not behoove a top team? But they passed in all flying colors. It was so beautiful, so impressive.
I mean, I hope that this was translating to the audience out there, but they're loud. They are loud and they are they are rolling with that kind
Yeah.
of energy that they're putting into the game there.
Their shot calling is phenomenal.
Yeah,
like,
we
I
were
can
listening.
really understand how they were winning the team fights here. You just look at that on the screen, you're like, wow, that was impressive. But you hear the way that they are orchestrating, planning for, and feeling in advance what's going to be happening, the way that they cover for each other, protect this player, go for that one,
Yes.
pull back, and be safe in this lane. Like, they called everything. It was really, really impressive.
I think the fun thing for me is that we were here watching it. At one point, I'm over in the back room watching it, and Tempo's over there. A bunch of teams are watching, and everybody's just the energy. People are literally yelling watching this game as Roll20 moved to that. But to what you said, I said it beforehand. I've watched this team kind of evolve. The trust that they have in Glaurung and each other, but most notably the leadership, is so remarkable. That's one of the reasons, I think one of the big reasons why this team does as well as they do.
And one more thing is, looking into the next game, do you just ban the Medivh? Because honestly, looking at that game and games that I've played against Roll20 myself, like, I think Justin's Diablo might be the single person to hero ratio. That might be the most impressive thing I've seen in a very long time. You saw he was just ping-ponging MVP members, 100-0ing a Murd, and there was nothing they could do about it.
Precisely, that's what you're saying. Like, he's doing massive damage with Diablo when going into those engagements. If he has an extra little bit of damage follow-up, he's killing people fast.
And when you see MVP Black looks at that, I think they can extract more information from that, because Yoda on Li Ming, he was hitting those 5 mirror ball magic missiles every time. He has definitive experience with how people move around when Diablo does this.
Because
He
they
knows
practice it so much.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you can feel that, you can see that. So they know this was a well-oiled machine. Now, MVP Black's challenge will be to deconstruct that.
I just want to say, from a guy who spent quite a bit of time playing Diablo, I pointed this out at the Western Clash.